So the much anticipated Robinhood IPO getting closer as we get a amended prospectus out this morning in the pre-market talking about pricing, guys, and this time at the high end of the range. We're going to talk a little bit about Robinhood's imminent IPO. We could get this as soon as this week, maybe beginning of next week. We're not sure entirely, but let's jump right into things here, guys, because there is a very interesting point in this report that we saw this morning as well, and that's talking about lower trading volume from the retail side of things, both in Q2, and they're also expecting even lower retail trading volume coming in Q3. And we've seen a lot of these meme stocks trying to head to the downside. Could be a reason here.
Yeah, 100% there, Brennan. And look, I think earlier on when we talked about Robinhood, or everyone anticipated Robinhood coming to market, there was that explosion in the beginning of the year with AMC and GameStop and crypto, because as they come out here, 55 million shares are looking to issue. It's going to give a $35 billion valuation. I think a lot of people were looking a little bit higher than that earlier on in the year. And look, 17%. And we talked about AMC, and we'll get to AMC certainly in the meme stocks, but a good 17% of volume is when they got into the crypto game. And look, I'll pull up a chart here. You can just simply look at Bitcoin. I'll use this example because it's such a clear. In the beginning of the year, you had volumes were certainly through the roof. You were breaking out. Since then, you've been consolidating lower on really, really low volumes. You're into those summer months. And I think that's why there isn't quite as much momentum here, because this is a time of year where if things aren't going to be moving, there's traders that are either holding the bag or trading a little bit less. So it feels like they took a little bit of the wind out of the sails here, and everyone talks about the retail side of it as if that only means some of these equity names here, Sean, but it's sort of across the board for Robinhood, despite the fact that there is still some excitement. It's just nowhere near what it was at the beginning of the year.
And I think that's the problem, and I actually wrote down here, according to sources anyways, and it's public information. So we're currently at 3 times the valuation than we were at in September. So Robinhood last valued at about 11 billion, 11.7 billion. Looks like they'll come out later on this week, hopefully at around 35 billion. And that's, most likely the price of that's going to skyrocket as well. Most IPOs do come out a little bit ahead of the game. But I mean, I just look at this kind of warning here. Like if they're warning that retail, trading obviously is a big percentage of what they do. So look at the volume here. You did get big volume spikes in January on AMC, and then again here, I don't need to tell you guys this, and then again in June. So I think that Robinhood's going to have to battle if some of these stocks, we call them meme stocks and things like that, if they start to come down a little bit here in volume, then yeah, that is going to affect Robinhood's end game valuation. But look, needless to say, I think it's a little bit of a risk. Also, look, 34%. I mean, Neil just had Ethereum up there. Bitcoin. I'll have Ethereum up, but I really should have Dogecoin up here as well, because Dogecoin is 34% as of their last prospectus. Dogecoin, 34% of Robinhood's crypto profits and where their revenues came from for crypto land. So Dogecoin, we saw them go from under a penny, way under, to over 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents almost per coin, I guess. So unless we get a lot of momentum coming through in some of these spaces, like crypto once again rebuilding itself, I think it's going to be a little bit of a tough go here unfortunately for Robinhood when they come out, unless they get a lot of that momentum back in the markets, which could happen. Another factor here, guys, it's midsummer. So that's another thing that's going to hurt Robinhood. It's going to be coming out in the midsummer where there's a lot of traders simply not interested. And any traders that are interested, I'm not sure what kind of capital they're going to be putting into a brand new name into this market. We see what happened to a lot of recent IPOs.
A couple more interesting points here, guys. 22.5 million funded accounts for Robinhood. They'll come to market with that number. I just looked it up. Charles Schwab has 29 million funded accounts and 130 billion market cap, Sean.
Okay, so that's the problem with Robinhood, and I'll tell you right now. They don't have the institutional investors there. The average account, you have to do the math, but this is as of weeks ago when I first started looking into it. The average account on Robinhood is like sub $4,000. So, I mean, let's just call it what it is. We did get a lot of influx of capital into a lot of people's bank accounts over the last year and a half. So, due to COVID and due to some of those restrictions. So I don't think there's more checks coming. And if there is, that's great. But to have an average account of under $4,000, is not really conducive to more trades, getting that percentage on the dollar value there on the trade. So I am personally a little bit worried. I love the number. It's great to compare it to Charles Schwab, but let's be perfectly honest. I don't think the account sizes are even close.
Set to trade as HOOD on the NASDAQ. When that will happen remains to be seen. Could be in a couple days, could be as soon as next week, guys. The Robinhood IPO coming soon. Here's Valeria.
Hey guys, thank you for this informative content. Dear viewers, please subscribe to stay updated with the latest news.